Hello everyone, my name is Mr. GG, and I guess we'll continue where we last left off. Where we last left off, Deku just got his mask taken off, and Toru, yes, I finally learned her name, Goni, just did give Deku a compliment, saying he did look cute. As Deku basically turns up his motions and says thank you, they do ask why he looks like he does. And basically looks like he's got a black stain on him, as Todoroki and Momo say he's turned off his emotions. They ask he can do that. They just say yeah, he's been, because he trains a lot, he's allowed to turn off his emotions. Now, the day ends and Izuku's gone back to Todoroki's place. And Izuku and Todoroki both get grabbed by a messenger. A messenger of one of the guild that clan that Deku was on. The reason they were grabbing Todoroki is because they know he knows. Now, this messenger comes to Izuku and Izuku and Todoroki. Now, let's cut to the Grand Master. A portal has opened, and two people have come out. A man that's basically shrouded in a black mist, and a man, and a little baby bitch boy. I'm sorry, and a baby bitch boy. If you know who that is, good on you, because I'm about to say the name in a bit. Come out, and they want to make a deal with with the Grand Master. And this basically is a deal. Well, a job. The job containing, referring to the USJ, the Tomura, Shigaraki Tomura. Shigaraki, basically wants some of his men to do a raid. And this guy the headmaster asks, why? We're assassins, we're not soldiers. Shiraki's saying, oh, I know, but I do need you for stuff. So some sabotage, this. And he asks, what's the job? He says, attacking UA. Now, Grandmaster doesn't show any emotions, but he knows he needs to warn Izuku. And he will take the deal, but for a reason. He asked how much you're paying. He said, a lot. My master will be handling the payments. He said, okay, as these two leave. Now, let's cut back to Izuku and Todoroki in the elevator with this guy. Todoroki goes to attack him, and Izuku just stops him, saying, don't. Ow, ow. Sorry, I have a pimple in my arm. Let's pick it up. And Todoroki says why this is, as Izuku says, he's not a villain. Clan. As Todoroki realizes he's one of the people, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry." The man says, "Oh, it's fine. You aren't used to seeing us, so." So it's alright. But I do come bearing a message. As he gives the message, he says, "Why did you take it?" He says, "Easy, to get rid of the villains." Insert Deku's assassin name here, because I haven't come up with one. And let's, as Suzuki says, very well, and they walk off back to Todoroki's place. Now, let's cut to onto the bus in the USJ. They do have the hero costumes on. And Toru sitting next to Izuku with Izuku's mask still on. Toru does ask why he always wears a mask. He just says, "I'm not used to people seeing my face is all. I'm more used to covering it." And yeah. And this goes on. Suyu is talking about quirks, and she says Izuku's is quite unique, and he looks like he has a past that he doesn't wish to tell anyone. As this catches the attention of Izuku, saying, "Yep, and I never will tell you. The only people who know are Todoroki and Momo. And Todoroki's family. And All Might. And Eraserhead." As they turn to Eraserhead, and he said, Eraserhead, and Zawa says, "I ain't telling ya." As they turn to Todoroki and Momo, they both say, "Not telling you." Now, Izuku has told Ozawa and Momo what's going down. They said, "Okay, as long as they don't have students." Izuku's reassuring them and saying, "Yeah, they won't." And that, as they continue to talk on the bus. Also, happy Easter, I forgot to say that. It's the time I'm making this video. As you can tell, the morning. Anyway, as they arrive, Izuku catches a glimpse of one of the assassins, letting him know it's time. As Izuku gets ready, he tells Aizawa it's time, you need to get ready. He says, "Very well." And this one assassin sneaks in. It's basically a Chokyo still fangirls over 13, I think her name was. Let's go in. 13 gives the explanation of how quirks are, this and that, you know. I've heard it all before. And this is when Kyogori's portal opens and Izuku sees the headmaster, a couple of the assassins, and a bunch of villains. Now, Izuku immediately gets down there, activating Blink. and bedtime, as he starts to attack the villains that come out, leaving the assassins alone. And at that point, the assassins pull out their blades. Start killing villains. And as Izuku stops using bedtime, he brings out his sword and gun. He starts killing villains as well. Now all the students and that are shocked that Izuku is doing this, except for Momo and Todoroki. And they're also surprised to know that, to see that he's fighting with these people in unusual outfits. Now there are rumors about the outfit, and I don't know the name of the clan. So you can give me the name of the clan and Izuku's assassin name. Yeah, that'd be great. And that's that. He starts killing them. As Zawa gets down, starts capturing them. And as Shigaraki sees the assassins he's hired start killing them, and Izuku starts using Devouring Swarm now. Yeah. And he gets as Izuku is still getting attacked by the Nomu, Kiriguri teleports everyone away into the normal places. Instead of Mineta, it's Tsuyu, Shinso, and Kendo. Yeah. And at this time Izuku starts using more of his powers. So now he started to use Domino. So as he tags people, he stabs one in the neck, and the others die as well as the other one does. And it's Ida did get out to go warn heroes, and Izuku 13 still getting hurt, and the ones who didn't get teleported away are still up on the stairs watching Izuku basically kill villains with no remorse and strange abilities. Zawa does try and not kill them. He just knocks him out. As this goes on, Izuku does end up eventually stopping the Nomu by him bringing out his crossbow, shooting some fire and just some fire arrows. As Shigaraki says, "You think that's gonna work? This thing was made to kill All Might." As that point, he sees Shigaraki going, "I wonder what his Izuku says, "Wonder what his quirk is." As he basically picks up a rock and chucks it at Shigaraki, he catches it with all 5 fingers and starts to get skinny rating it. Now, that being done, I'm going to say he can use other people's quirks. And Izuku uses possession, and the people who saw Izuku there at one stage don't see him there anymore. Basically, taking possession of Shigaraki, going up to the Nomu. The Nomu can't hit Shigaraki, as it just sees it as Shigaraki. As Shigaraki basically disintegrate the Nomu's head, the neck, as its head falls off, and Izuku basically hopping out of Shigaraki, kicking him back. Shigaraki regains consciousness after being dazed because he gets out of. He says, "What happened? Why is the normal dead?" As Kirigiri explains, Kirigiri says, as Shigaraki says, "I didn't do that." As he turns to Izuku and saying, as he looks at Izuku, and Izuku says, "Of course you didn't. I made you." As Shigaraki starts scratching his neck and says, "Unfair. This is unfair. Fucking cheated, you fucking cheater." And Kirigiri basically drives Shigaraki through the portal and closing it. At this point, this is when All Might comes in with the other heroes, and Deku's still killing a bunch of villains by using Bend Time, Domino, by dominating the last few villains, and basically shooting this guy in the head, then uses Bend Time again to fast forward it, and it kills the last remaining villains. As All Might yells, was it Izuku? As Izuku looks up and says, "What? They're villains. Besides, you know of my past. You know I have no problem killing." As the other villain heroes see this kid in a trench coat and a mask, surrounded by these people, as they basically put it together as, that kid's this assassin from this said clan, please pick names. And yeah, Alex is, as everyone starts making it back to the shore, they see Izuku with a bloody sword, a bunch of dead bodies around him, and the assassins have left. They've basically escaped because they didn't want to be captured by the heroes. Yeah. And then oh my god, my nose. As the day ends, people are more reluctant, don't really want to talk to Izuku. They're reluctant to, except for Toru and Momo and Todoroki. yeah. Toru does approach Izuku when Izuku's out of his hero's costume in the school uniform with the jacket on and the hood around his head. And she asks, What were you using? The powers that you use, those aren't assassin-type powers, are they? Izuku just looks down at her and says, No, they are not, but I will tell you one day of what I am. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but yeah. We just have to wait and see, I guess. Toru. As he chucks her a smile, and she can clearly see him smiling. And at this time, Todoroki and Momo come out. Todoroki tries pulling down Izuku's hoodie so she can see his face properly. Izuku says, Ha ha, suck it, bitch. I knew you wouldn't do something like that. As Momo just basically jabs the side, making him let go of his hood as Todoroki pulls it down. As he slaps these two in the back of the head, going, Really? I hide my face for a reason. And at that point, he gets, as he feels something on his cheek, Toru basically getting a little peck on the cheek. Momo and Todoroki see this, and they see Izuku basically not able to turn off his emotions, blushing very hard as he brings up his hood. Toru basically just wondering, was that the right thing to do? And as Izuku gives her a peck on the cheek. Momo and Todoroki tease him for this as he pushes Todoroki into Momo and they kiss. As they both basically death glare Izuku as he gives it a smack, says, Ha ha. As they go to punch him, he just basically shadow walks around the corner going, You do know you can't hit me, right? As basically they try and hitting Izuku. Basically running around. Toru blushing. And she lands basically with that, I guess, peck on the cheek somewhat reveals, makes her tangible, so she's, not tangible, visible. No, I take that back. She's able to control the quirk, so she's able to be seen. Yeah. Yeah. Izuku sees this in the corner of his eye. He says, Oh, so I think because of the time between, because I think it's a month between USJ and Heroes vs. Villains, she's been trying to become invisible. She's had success with this, I guess. That's my reasoning. Leave me alone. It's like 2:14 on Easter. I'm fucking tired, man. Anyway, as Izuku gets back to the Todoroki residence, they get some time off. As that's done, as during the time off, Toru finds out where Izuku's been living. As she asks, I didn't know you were Todoroki. He says, I'm not, I'm Midoriya, but Todoroki and I are very close friends, so he just lets me live here. His family also agrees, and also did wipe the floor with his father. As Endeavor hears that and says, you got lucky, punk! As Izuku says, yells out, whatever, old man! Because he does respect Endeavor, but he does like Endeavor, but he still and does respect for his power. And Izuku asks what she's doing here. He said, wonder if we can go hang out for a bit. He says, yeah, sure, just let me go get my coat. She said, just basically grabs him saying, nope, you're not using your coat. He says, oh, but nope. As he tries forcibly letting her go, making her let him go, which doesn't work. As he basically wears t-shirt, basically wears something like this for the day-to-day stuff. Boots, jeans, and a t-shirt. Because that's what I wear from the day-to-day if I'm going out. As Toru just basically dragging his arm out of the house. As Todoroki basically gives her the thumbs up, he realizes that they planned this. Going, you planned for me not to use me. As he closes the door and locks it, he says, Todoroki, get your fucking skinny ass out here. As Todoroki up to the window and putting the finger at it, and Izuku says, when I get back, I'm kicking your ass. As Todoroki puts up a sign saying, yeah, whatever, bitch boy. And as Toru and Izuku spend the day together, and as they go to the shopping mall and all that, Toru just basically hanging off Izuku's arm and saying, him asking, why are you hanging off my arm, Toru? As she realizes what she was doing, she says, oh, I'm sorry. He says, it's not like I'm complaining, I'm just a bit surprised is all. Ooh. Side note, if you can make art, come join my Discord. The Discord link's still in the last episode. So please, come join my Discord. If you don't know how to make art, that's fine. Oh, come and join anyway. Because that's where people kind of give me what if ideas. And in the Discord at the moment, it's just me, the other, and a best mate of mine. Considering they're both best mates of mine. And yeah. Anyway, back to the story. They spend the day together, and I'm not very good with my own stuff, so that's probably why I'm rushing it. I am sorry. At this point in time, Izuku does ask Toru if she would be his girlfriend. She says yes. She goes in for a kiss, and that's they kiss. Another day, next couple, I guess the next week or so, Izuku meets Toru's parents. As they're wondering who this boy is, Toru says, this is my boyfriend. As he's basically now wearing the hoodie, his jacket. And as Toru says, oh, sorry, he kind of wears that As they ask, is it because of his quirk, or she says no, it's because he doesn't like people seeing his face. I say, why? Is it disgusting, or no offense? He says, no, it's fine. I'm just used to not people seeing my face is all. As he pulls down the hood, revealing his actual face, as Toru's mum says, oh, you're quite a handsome young lad. He says, thanks. As he's not used to getting compliments, I guess. Oh, no, he would be, but not on his looks. So, they talk for a bit, and they ask, Izuku, how are your parents? As Izuku basically just looks down to the ground saying, actually, I'm an orphan. So jaws just drop, saying, what? As he says, my mother died quite some time ago when I was quite young, and I was an orphan for a bit. And my father, I don't know where he is. He disappeared when I was born. Cut to the outsider hearing this, going, as he just gives, as Zuki says, because of my eyes, and Toru's dad brings Zuki back to where Toru and her mother is. As they say, what was that for? And just saying, oh, don't worry, sweetie, it's just boy talk. As she just glides out of dad, saying, Izuku bending over, saying, did he do something embarrassing? He says, no, he's just being a father, so. As she's wondering what that means. They bring up the bandage on Izuku's hand, saying, what's that for? He says, oh, it's because of a mutation on my hand. Thanks to my quirk. They say, what is your quirk? He says, assassin. As he reveals to show this. And Asturu says, oh, it looks like the mark on Sensei under his eye. He says, yeah, but he got his through. As he stops and not saying a word, he says, never mind, pretend I didn't say anything. It just says, I got mine because I was due to my birth, is all. So, yeah. As Toru's parents and yeah. This taking attention of Toru's parents, going, what is he not telling us? And as the next following week, first week he spends with Toru, the next week he spends training with Todoroki and Momo. Because I must say, this time Todoroki and Momo, after the kiss, they did have a bit of a talk, and all that, and now they're together. Yeah, anyway. As the next week he trains with Todoroki and Momo. Momo doing her usual workout as Todoroki and Zuko basically doing hand-to-hand training for the exam command thing. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it off here. I'm gonna do another episode in a bit when my nose ain't so fucking stuffy. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, please give me a name for Izuku's assassin name, and yeah, please enjoy the video. Yeah. Goodbye.